15 disturbing psychological facts about human nature. Human behavior is far less rational than we like to believe. Most people assume they understand themselves. They believe their thoughts are deliberate, their choices are logical, their actions are intentional. But psychology tells a different story. Much of what we think, feel, and do is driven by unconscious processes. Automatic responses shaped by fear, comfort, identity, and survival. These patterns influence who we trust, who we love, what we avoid, and even how we sabotage ourselves. Today, we're exploring 15 disturbing psychological facts about human nature. Some of these may make you uncomfortable, others may feel uncomfortably familiar. That reaction is not a coincidence, it's your brain recognizing itself. Fact 1: comfort over truth. The human brain prefers comforting lies over uncomfortable truths. When information threatens a person's beliefs or identity, the brain doesn't evaluate it objectively. It reacts defensively. Instead of asking is this true? The brain asks, does this threaten who I think I am? This is why people cling to false beliefs even when evidence is clear. Truth creates uncertainty. Comfort preserves stability. From the brain's perspective, a familiar lie feels safer than a disruptive truth. Fact 2: validation matters more than honesty. Most people say they want honesty. What they actually want is validation. They want reassurance that their feelings are justified and their choices make sense. Being challenged feels less like feedback and more like rejection. This is why disagreements escalate emotionally. The brain interprets disagreement as social threat. Validation signals safety. Honesty can feel like abandonment. Fact 3: negativity sticks longer. The brain remembers negative experiences more strongly than positive ones. A single criticism can outweigh years of praise. One moment of embarrassment can overshadow countless successes. This negativity bias exists because the brain evolved to prioritize threats. Remembering danger once meant survival. In modern life, this wiring causes emotional wounds to linger even when the threat is gone. Fact 4: social pain feels physical. Social rejection activates the same brain regions as physical pain. Exclusion, ghosting, and humiliation are not just emotional, they are neurologically painful. To the ancient brain, rejection meant removal from the group, and removal from the group meant death. That wiring still exists, even in modern social settings. Fact 5: people confuse intensity with love. Emotional intensity triggers dopamine. Uncertainty, emotional highs, and emotional lows create powerful chemical responses in the brain. Over time, the brain can associate chaos with connection. Calm, stable relationships may feel boring to a brain conditioned to intensity, even when chaos is damaging. The brain doesn't seek what's healthy, it seeks what's stimulating. Fact 6: familiar pain feels safer than change. The brain prefers predictable discomfort over unfamiliar peace. This is why people remain in unhealthy relationships, toxic environments, and destructive habits. Familiar pain is known. Change introduces uncertainty, and uncertainty feels dangerous to the brain even when the outcome could be better. Fact 7: self image controls behavior. People will protect their self image at almost any cost. Admitting fault feels threatening because it challenges identity. So instead of changing self image, the brain changes the story. It rationalizes, it deflects, it justifies, not to deceive others, but to protect the self. Fact 8: most decisions are emotional. Humans believe they are logical. In reality, most decisions are emotional first and rationalized afterward. The brain decides, then it explains. Logic often acts as a narrator, not the decision maker. Fact 9: attention is attracted to threats. Fear spreads faster than hope. The brain is wired to detect danger immediately, even when danger is exaggerated or imagined. Negative information feels urgent. Calm information feels optional. This is why outrage and fear dominate attention. Fact 10. Moral licensing is real. After doing something good, people often feel justified doing something bad. The brain keeps a moral balance sheet. Good behavior earlier creates permission later. This allows people to excuse actions they would otherwise judge. Fact 11. People project their own traits. Humans assume others think the same way they do. Honest people expect honesty. Dishonest people expect deception. The brain uses itself as a reference point, often inaccurately. This projection shapes trust, suspicion, and misunderstanding. Fact 12. Confidence often hides insecurity. The loudest confidence is often compensation. True confidence is quiet. It doesn't seek validation. It doesn't need to dominate. Overconfidence often masks fear, not strength. Fact 13. Habits override willpower. Willpower fades quickly. Habits operate automatically. The brain conserves energy by repeating familiar behaviors. Lasting change requires altering routines, not relying on motivation. Fact 14. Change requires discomfort. People rarely change because they learn something new. They change when emotional discomfort outweighs fear. Growth begins when staying the same hurts more than changing. Fact 15. Self awareness is uncommon. True self awareness requires questioning personal narratives. It requires asking uncomfortable questions about motives, patterns, and identity. Most people avoid this, not because they are incapable, but because it threatens certainty. If you recognize yourself in several of these, it doesn't mean something is wrong with you, it means you're human. These patterns exist to protect, not punish, but awareness changes how they operate. Once you see them, you start noticing them everywhere. Awareness is uncomfortable, but it is the first step toward growth.